Good morning, everyone. It is July 1st. Go figure. It sure doesn't feel like it. I'm in Florida, but it doesn't feel that hot. And according to the weather reports, it is. I'm wondering if losing 60 pounds has anything to do with the fact that this Florida heat is not killing me this year. I love it. Small things in life, small changes that occur, they really make all the difference in the world. And that's the little wow moments that everybody talks about. Anyway, just to give you my stats again, real quick, I am now on day 9 at 220 pounds. I guess you could call this a stall. It starts to eat at me a little bit. A week I can handle, but you go into the second week and it gets old. You want to see the scale move, and you can't help but have those old doubts creep into your head, like, is this as good as it gets? Is this the best I can do? And then you start questioning yourself. Am I eating right? Am I exercising enough? What am I doing wrong? So, I'm trying to hold it all together. If anyone has any suggestions, please feel free to share with me. It is what it is. I can't really change it. So, again, my stats are I'm down 60 pounds for the year. I'm down 45 pounds since surgery, which I think this Wednesday is 11 weeks. I've been at this for a while, 45 pounds, so I used to be proud of that, but as the time goes on, now I'm getting a little worried. I still have 65 pounds to go, and I'm just getting a little worried that, the gastric bypass surgery itself is only going to take care of, 50% of my excess weight, and I'm responsible for the balance of it, and for anybody else out there, I know I was given the stats that gastric bypass surgery will make you lose 50 to 80% of your excess weight. So if you have 100 pounds to lose, you'll lose 50 to 80 pounds from the surgery alone. The balance of it is all on you. So this is where those little doubts creep into my head, where I go, gee, am I one of those people that it's only going to lose 50%? Is this where my body wants to be? Because my body very comfortably can sit at 210, 220 and not go up or down and just sit there. I'm not happy with that, but my body is. So, this is just, you're seeing the after effects of me questioning myself, and I can't help it. Anyway, other than that, I'm happy to be home. The pet sitting is over. I'm home in my own bed, in my own house. I can get back a little more back on track. I do for food journal every day. I food journal, and I track my fluid intake and I track my protein. They're my two biggies. I used to use fitday.com to do the whole calories and fat and carbs, and I just found that I personally got a little too obsessive with it, and I did not have this surgery to cross addict, and I'm not going to go from having binge eating disorder to being addicted to watching every morsel of food that crosses my lips. Because something that I actually pointed out, I went out to dinner last night with my stepmother, who's been my biggest fan and supporter through this entire process. And I said to her, and she also, by the way, just a little side note, she suffered from anorexia for many years. She was a ballerina when she was little. Her mother used to ridicule her about her weight. Her two sisters are like size -2s, and she's like a size 4 or size 6, but still doesn't feel that she's good enough, and she's in her 50s, for God's sake. But she still deals with the mental bouts of anorexia. Physically, she's got it under control, but she still has those thoughts come into her head. So when I talked to her at dinner last night, I said to her, I find that sometimes when I eat, even just 2 bites of something, my stomach or pouch will feel very bloated, and I just feel fat. And, you know, I'm not sure what that really indicates. And I just expressed a concern to her that the last thing I want to have happen is to cross addict from being a binge eater who didn't care how they looked, who just wanted to die, who was doing a slow suicide by overeating and smoking and drinking and following in my mother's footsteps and dying at the age of 50, to become an anorexic who will never see herself thin, no matter how little I weigh or what size I am. Will every morsel of food across my lips feel like guilt? And I just wanted to express that to her. I wanted her to hear what was going through my head now at 10, 11 weeks out. So if at 6 months, if at a year, there is a problem, she's got a comparison. She can go back and say, Jody, I noticed that at this time this was happening, or you were saying this, or you were feeling like that. I also will talk to my therapist, Dr. Milo, about this. I'm now down to seeing her every other week, and I had just gotten to a point that each week I would go in and see her, and I would just kind of talk about my life and what I was doing, and it just felt more like a gossip session. I didn't feel like I was getting therapy out of it, so I dropped to every other week, even though my insurance pays for every visit, and I can go 50 weeks out of the year. I just really wanted these sessions to be very important, and I feel like if I put them to every other week, she will get down to business quicker versus dragging it out. You know what I'm saying? And I need to keep her focused, and I need to talk to her about this, and I need to tell her that I don't know if I'm feeling guilt with every morsel of food or what, or if I'm just afraid that food will keep the pounds on. I'm not sure. I mean, it's just been proven scientifically. You have to eat to lose. You have to challenge your metabolism. You have to get it working. You have to kickstart it. You cannot allow your body to feel like it's in starvation. If it does, it will reserve the fat. It will not burn it. It will burn muscle before it burns fat. And I know this. I know all of this scientifically. But it's another thing on the emotional side. So I will talk to Dr. Milo about this, and I will get a grip on it. I'm just so glad to be home. I have chicken defrosting in my sink right now, so I can make my chicken salad. I have some ground beef. I have some taco mix. I'm going to make a little bit of that, and then I eat it on the little Brazilian toast that I talked about before with like no fat, no carbs. Anyway, I'm just really excited to get to the next leg of this journey. I've kind of just been sitting stagnant. I'm excited for what comes next. And I really would love to break out of this 220 pounds. I'm not asking for much. When I hit 216 pounds, my BMI will be below 35. Which means I no longer qualify for weight loss surgery, according to the insurance companies. It's a milestone. Give me the 4 pounds, will you please? I'm sure we've all been there, right? Anyway, that's my update, everyone. I feel great. I think I'm looking pretty good. And and by the way, where they say that even when you're not losing pounds, you can lose inches? That is true, because I went down another 1/2 inch around my waist, and my arms are way down. My thighs, my legs have always been on the thin side, but anyway, one of these days I'm going to be able to stand up and give you a full body shot. I just don't have this webcam set up to do that. I got a wall right behind me here, and I'll just whack right into it if I try to back up here. So anyway, gang, I hope everyone's doing well. I thank you all again for those that do give half a crap and watch my videos and want to hear what I have to say. And questions, comments, feedback, I love it. And wish you all the best on your own journey, and I'll see you soon.